Have you ever wondered why a traumatic childhood often leads to anxiety disorders and addiction in later life? It's a question that has perplexed many of us. The connection is, unfortunately, far too common. Childhood trauma, be it emotional, physical or sexual abuse, neglect or living through a traumatic event, has a profound and lasting impact on a person's mental health. These experiences can act as catalysts, setting off a chain reaction of psychological distress that manifests as anxiety disorders and addiction in adulthood. These are not isolated incidents, rather they are interconnected facets of an individual's psychological landscape, deeply rooted in their formative years. Now, you may be asking yourself, how exactly does this happen? Well, the answer lies in understanding the psychological mechanisms at play. So, what are these psychological mechanisms that tie childhood trauma to anxiety and addiction? Let's delve deeper. At the core of this connection is the human brain's response to stress. To fully understand the link between childhood trauma, anxiety disorders and addiction, we must first delve into the workings of the human brain, particularly its stress response system. You see, when an individual experiences trauma during their formative years, it can alter the way their brain responds to stress. This is especially true for prolonged or repeated trauma. Now, let's focus on three key players in our brain's stress response system: the amygdala, the hippocampus, and the prefrontal cortex. The amygdala is the brain's alarm system. It's responsible for detecting threats and initiating the fight or flight response. When a child is subjected to frequent trauma, the amygdala can become hyperactive, constantly sounding the alarm even when there's no real danger. Next, we have the hippocampus, which plays a crucial role in learning and memory. Trauma can cause this region to shrink, making it harder for the individual to learn from past experiences and control their response to stress. Lastly, we have the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and impulse control. Trauma can disrupt its functioning, making it harder for the individual to think clearly and make rational decisions under stress. Together, these changes can lead to heightened anxiety levels. The individual may live in a constant state of fear and stress, their brain always on high alert. This chronic anxiety can be so overwhelming that the individual may turn to self-medication as a means to cope. Alcohol, drugs, food, or any other addictive behaviors can provide a temporary relief from the anxiety, a momentary escape from the constant state of fear and stress. But in the long run, this self-medication often results in addiction, creating a vicious cycle that can be extremely hard to break. But that's not the only psychological mechanism at play. There's another layer to this intricate web. Another key player in this link is the concept of learned helplessness. This is a psychological condition where an individual feels powerless to change or escape an adverse situation, even when opportunities to do so are present. It's a state of mind that can stem from repeated exposure to traumatic events during childhood. Picture a young child repeatedly facing situations they can't control, feeling trapped and powerless. This feeling of helplessness can carry into adulthood, and it's here where it becomes a significant contributor to anxiety disorders and addiction. When faced with stress, individuals with a sense of learned helplessness may feel overwhelmed and unable to cope. They might turn to substances as a way to numb the pain, to gain a sense of control, or to escape from their perceived helpless state. Now that we've unraveled these mechanisms, it's time to summarize what we've learned. To put it simply, childhood trauma can set off a chain of psychological reactions. In this video, we've peeled back the layers of this complex issue, touching on how early life experiences can shape our mental health in profound ways. The brain's stress response system, finely tuned and adaptive, can become disrupted by trauma, leading to a state of constant alertness. This heightened stress response can pave the way for anxiety disorders, creating a cycle of fear and worry that's hard to break. Additionally, we've discussed the concept of learned helplessness, a state of mind where someone feels they have no control over events in their life. This feeling of powerlessness can drive individuals towards substances as a means of escape, spiraling into addiction. Understanding these mechanisms is paramount in prevention and treatment efforts. It's about acknowledging that our past experiences can shape our present, but they don't have to dictate our future. And there you have it, a glimpse into the intricate web that links childhood trauma, anxiety disorders, and addiction. Remember, understanding is the first step towards healing. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Your likes and comments help us reach more people and spread awareness about these complex issues. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos. We're committed to bringing you content that makes a difference, that opens up dialogue and that promotes understanding. And remember, your support helps us continue our mission of spreading awareness and understanding. So, do subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated. We appreciate every single one of you who takes the time to engage with our content. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay informed, and remember, understanding is the first step towards healing.